Well, that concludes today's episode of Speak with a Spy. Do you have anything to add, Agent 91? Still nothing to say. These agents are pretty hard to crack. Stay tuned. We're going to talk with a teacher next. Well, hi there. Hey, welcome back. This is the one and probably only edition of Let's Talk to a Teacher. So that's what we're going to do. I've got with me my good friend and colleague, Coach Juarez. We both love to run, we both love movies, and we're both crazy, so we get along pretty well. So Randy, can I call you Randy?
You can call me anything you want to.
Great, I love that accent. We both love film, and I've been in Randy's classroom before. I've actually substituted for him before and put some multimedia stuff in front of his students. Randy, how effective would you say the use of that multimedia is in your classroom?
Well, Gary, it's very effective. It helps the students to be able to visualize not only what they're seeing, but also to hear with their ears, and also to apply it in a different kind of teaching method. Not just lecture, but also seeing and hearing. So combined, it really makes a huge effect for the students.
Well, that sounds good. Hey, that leads right into our next question, Randy. Compare your lecture-only teaching with lecture combined with multimedia. What's the difference? Bigger impact, less impact, a distraction? What's the deal?
Well, like Gary, when you combine like videos and visual things along with music, the kids seem to incorporate it better in their lives because you hit them from 3 different sources instead of one. I mean, lecture's okay and everything, but if you can't speak like different ways to students, they're not going to understand what you're saying. So you have to combine it with multimedia, and it really reinforces the teaching method. At least that's what I find in my class.
I see your point, and I get that speaking differently. I think I need a translator right now.
I know, no problem, I can do it for you.
Well, let's go to the next question then. Of everything that you've done, and I know you've done quite a few multimedia pieces in your classroom, is there one or two that really stand out with your students and with you that had the most effect on them, maybe even down the road in their lives? They've come back to you and said, man, Coach, that was the coolest thing, and it's been months or maybe even years later.
Well, Gary, that's a good question because I show them a bunch of stories I get off ESPN and off of 2020 and other news sources on television like Fox 13, Channel 4, 2, or 5. But I think the biggest impact is the music videos. Nowadays, it's just not the band on stage, it's telling a story within the music. And oftentimes the students will come back and say, you know, Coach, I heard that song, and when I heard that song, it reminded me of the lesson we talked about in the health class. So I think reinforcing or trying to figure out what motivates your students outside the classroom and bringing that and incorporating it with what you use in the classroom is very important to the lives of these students today.
Well, Randy, I think we agree on just about everything you said, even the parts I couldn't understand. Music, video have a great place in today's classroom. They have a broader impact than just standing in front of the whiteboard and talking. And speaking of talking, Randy, could you just speak in your normal voice for a second?
I'll talk my normal voice. Technology is a huge part of incorporating into education today. Sometimes some other teachers find it hard, but if we can try to find ways to incorporate it, it's going to better our teaching ability and enhance the students' learning as well. So it's a win-win for both.
Well, I agree again. Well, like I said, this is the first and probably only edition of Talking with a Teacher. I'm Coach Lund.
I'm Coach Juarez.
Coach Juarez. We'll see you later.